Alright guys, so here we are for round 7 of the F1 2014 modded career mode. We're here in Canada, one of my strongest tracks as well. Tyre wear shouldn't be too much of an issue around this track. But unfortunately, we're starting from last place. That is because at the start of qualifying 1, we had some kind of terminal failure with the engine, or maybe even the gearbox, because it just went into neutral. I lost all power, and I just had to retire the car, change the engine as well, because the power unit was down to about 82% of full capacity, so had to change that out. We've got a grid penalty as well, so we start from the back as well. So here we are, race strategy, going on to the options, starting on the options and then going primes and then primes again. Fuel strategy is cautious. We're going to save up a lot of our fuel and maybe burn that later on in the race. Normally this season I've gone with kind of an aggressive fuel strategy just to have a lighter car at the start, but this time I'm going for more of a heavier car so I can burn more fuel and use faster revs to be quicker on the straight. So hopefully that works out. I'm not too sure how we're going to go in terms of strategy and overtaking. It should be a lot of fun either way. So as we go onto the grid, wish me luck. Alright, so here we are on the grid of the Canadian Grand Prix for round 7 of career mode. We need to get off to an absolutely flying start, and away we go here in Canada. Looks like the start has been pretty terrible as per Blyman usual. So we're just going to try and pick our way through the field as we always do. Coming into turn 1 now, up the inside of Marcus Ericsson and around Jules Bianchi. We've got Felipe Massa in 18th place. How does that happen in a Williams? We lose the rear end there, thankfully not touching anyone there. But now we'll try and go up the inside of Kobayashi and Chilton. And somehow Kobayashi goes around the outside of both of us. So that's the overtake of the season there from a Caterham. Now we're trying to get past both the Salbers. And it looks like Massa has lost his front wing. So he's out of the running of winning this Grand Prix for sure now. So we need to get in front of him as soon as we can. We got, I think that was Gutierrez getting in the way there. But fortunately enough, we get in front of both of them. And next up is our teammate Romain Grosjean. He's actually gone off track there, and now he's going to drop a whole bunch of positions now. Sutil gets a beautiful run out of that middle sector chicane there, and now he's past me, going round the outside into the hairpin now. But we outbrake him. Looks like we might just about hold that position, and now cutting to the end of lap 2. We've stormed up the inside of Hulkenberg, so now we're into 13th. Next up is Daniel Kvyat in his Toro Rosso. We're going to use up all of our curves here, and possibly, I think we're already in fast, so we're going to use the slipstream as well to get past him. Looks like he might actually be saving fuel. And look at that, we absolutely breezed past him with our DRS. That's us in the 12th place. Next up is Sergio Perez, and I think in front of him there might be a McLaren of Jensen Button. No, it's Kevin Magnussen. So Perez made a mistake on the previous lap. We go purple on an 18.9. And as you can see there, there's a Red Bull stuck in the infield. I don't know who it is or how he got there. Surely he must have got tagged or spun, because surely you can't do that all by yourself, and it looks like he's not moving as well. So whoever it is definitely stuck there with some kind of problem. It looks like he hasn't retired yet, whoever it is, but anyway, we're trying to get past Kevin Magnussen now on lap 4. Looks like he's saving fuel as well, just like Daniel Kvyat. We go up the inside into the middle sector chicane. Magnussen tries to hold around the outside. He goes onto the grass and loses that position there. So now we're trying to chase after Kimi Räikkönen now. And it seems like the AI have really stepped up their game in the last couple of laps. Maybe running higher fuel revs, I don't know. But either way, they're going very fast as we lose a bit of our end plate there, just touching the wall. The realistic damage means you just really can't make any mistakes, otherwise you're definitely going to pay for it. But either way, closing in on the back of Kimi here. It's not quite close enough yet. We had to go to the inside to avoid Kimi, who broke really early there. And it looks like John Eric Verne was going slowly as well. So maybe that was why Raikkonen was going slowly, we're just waiting up for him because that was a bit illegal there, so we let Kimi go past. Perez now is trying to pass us around the outside, and it looks like he's actually got the job done. He's passed me into 9th place now, so Perez making the most of that opportunity. We're going to try and get him back again, but it looks like we can't do that just yet. And now Kimi is trying to pass John O'Byrne, who's got no wing. We go on the inside of both of them, and there we go, into 8th place. Next up is Verne, who's going very slowly, just like Felipe Massa was on the first lap, but we get past him. We've now got Kimi Raikkonen on the inside as well, almost making it 3 wide coming into this hairpin, this chicane. But we hold position and now cutting to lap 17. We should be coming into the pits very soon. We've actually stayed out about 2 or 3 laps extra than what the AI are, so we've actually been able to look after our tyres fairly well. I've actually been burning a lot of fuel in the last couple of laps trying to do the overcut on some of the cars around me. I think before I made my pit stop I was around 7th place, and now I'll be coming in for a set of primes here, and we'll see just where we end up. So I'm hoping, because we've been actually going purple in the last few laps, I might be able to jump some of the cars around me, including Raikkonen. How's the pit stop? 5.6 second pit stop. I guess that comes with a front wing change, so that's to be expected. So rejoining the track now, even with our slow stop, looks like we're going to rejoin in 4th place. So that's been absolutely fantastic, that sequence just after all the AI cars stopped. It looks like they were actually battling quite a bit on the track map, and now we've absolutely mugged them all. Now lap 23, we've caught up to the back of Fernando Alonso. My engineer is now giving me a bit of motivation to catch him. Now Alonso is trying to pass Daniel Ricciardo, I want to say. No, it's Vettel he's trying to pass, and he's broken so early. We've had nowhere to go except into his right rear tyre, or left rear tyre. We've lost our entire front wing. Now we've got to come straight into the pits, change our tyres, and this has completely screwed our race over. I don't know what the hell Alonso was doing. He was trying to pass Vettel, and just when I thought he was going to pass him, he completely jumps on the brakes and slows down to walking pace. What am I supposed to do when Alonso does that? Absolutely nothing. There's nothing I can do, and now I really do hope Alonso has a penalty for that, because that was a little bit dangerous driving, I suppose. But either way, now we're in 8th place on lap 24. We've got to repass Sergio Perez, who's trying to pass. Who's he trying to pass? I think it's Kimi Raikkonen up the inside. He's got the job done. So that's how you pass Fernando Alonso. Thank you very much. But either way, now we've got to get past Kimi Raikkonen, who seems to be fairly slow at this phase of the Grand Prix. Looks like we might try and go up the inside into turn 1. Not quite close enough. But Raikkonen struggling for rear traction, losing the rear end just a slight tad. But either way, we might try and set him up for a pass on the back straight with the help of DRS. We'll have to wait and see. But he gets a poor run out of that chicane there. And now we've got a beautiful run on Kimi, going round the outside into this left-hander now. And there we go. Job done. Next up is Sergio Perez, who gets a terrible run out of the final chicane. We're going to use the slipstream and maybe pass him coming into turn 1. He goes defensive just like he did to Massa at this very spot in this Grand Prix in real life. But Perez being very aggressive here. I actually like it. Good to see some aggression from the AI for once. And we do the crisscross there, out-drag him coming into this corner here, into P6. And there we go, job done. Next up is Jenson Button now. I think he's still our championship rival, so it'll be very key in this race to get past him. He gets a terrible run out of the final corner once again, and that's us up into P5 now. Next up is Hulkenberg, but that's not Hulkenberg, that's Gutierrez, who blocks us on the inside there. We throw up our hand in frustration. Next up is Hulkenberg. No, I think Hulkenberg's actually pitted now as we cut to lap 30. Vettel going very slowly into the final chicane, and I have absolutely no idea what he was doing. There's absolutely no reason why he should be going that slowly, but we'll try and pass him. He might have a problem. We've got a team radio here. Let's see what it is.
Okay, Roman's brakes have just failed. You better look after your brakes for a few laps, just in case.
Well, that's pretty alarming. Our teammate Roman Grosjean has completely lost his brakes, and now he's out of the race. So potentially, I think he's actually crashed. So we need to really look after our brakes here. Trying to go up the inside of Vettel, but nothing comes of it. We need to get in front of him as soon as we can, but now cutting to the end of lap 31, we're putting the brake bias up to the front. Now we're getting in the slipstream of Vettel up the inside, coming into the final chicane. And now we've lost our curve, so this car is absolutely falling apart now. It seems like this is exactly what happened with Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg, the two Mercedes drivers, as we lock up coming into the first corner. And it seems our brakes are now going off too. So this is exactly what happened to Mercedes in 2014, the real-life Grand Prix. We're experiencing the exact same issues, and now cutting to the end of lap 32, trying to pass Sergio Perez, who passed us on the previous lap. And now we've locked up and smashed into Vettel. We've completely lost our brakes now, and I think it's just about time to retire. So that's really unfortunate. I think I've just taken the executive decision just to retire the car, because simply I don't want to be crashing into anyone else. So we're pretty much a hazard to everyone else on track. So we'll just bring it back into the pits nice and slowly and just retire the car, and then come back bigger, better and stronger for the next Grand Prix. Alright, so there's the race results of the Canadian Grand Prix. It seems that Nico Rosberg has won the race from Fernando Alonso and Sebastian Vettel. Nico Hülkenberg doing a good race there in 4th place, with Lewis Hamilton having some very sketchy form so far this season in 5th place. Daniel Ricciardo, after spinning in the infield, has come back to finish in 9th, so that's been a good recovery from him. But that's been the Canadian Grand Prix for today. In the driver's standings, we still lead over Nico Rosberg now, who has got himself up into 2nd place. Unfortunately, Jenson Button in a McLaren, there's not too much he can do. He's still in 3rd place, doing a very good job for himself. Fernando Alonso 4th. But the next race is supposed to be in Austria, but unfortunately that track isn't available on this game. So what I'm going to do, lads, is you guys need to vote for what track will replace Austria as the next race. It could be anything from Classic Edition like Brands Hatch, Imola, Jerez and Estoril. Let me know in the comments, because one of those 4 tracks will end up replacing the Austrian Grand Prix. But in terms of this race though, that's been the Canadian Grand Prix. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Make sure you leave a like if you did as well. But until my next video, guys, I'll see you next time.